Everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're gonna make that happen?
Huh?
You're gonna make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm gonna get these straps and I'm gonna go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Now, strap season, y'all know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switched codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, Godfather, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a piece, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up!
If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of Dodge by the evening. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the evening.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a priest. When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they want to call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, Godfather, I'm the kingpin.
What up, what up, what up, my peopleization? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's up? Yeah, y'all subscribe to Just Do Boxing, part of the TWT team. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Who's real in the building? You know what I'm saying? You know, it was who real who opened my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be, one of them, you know what I'm saying, down the line, dudes, you know what I'm saying, give Terrence Crawford a chance and shit like that. What's going on, Lou Era Grassroots? But it was who's real who opened my eyes, and I thought he was a party pooper, a wet blanket. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to hear the shit, that Terrence Crawford didn't want to fight. I wasn't a believer. I said, this man surely with 38 fights, you know what I'm saying, he ain't gonna, punk out, bro. Nobody who's a undisputed champion, you know what I'm saying, somebody who's a winner of, cleared out 3 divisions is gonna duck. You know what I'm saying? Nobody with that, with them kind of accolades can afford to duck. For some reason, I got some shit in my can't afford to throw, can't afford to duck. So, but who's real stayed on that shit? He said, man, this nigga scared. He told me. You know what I'm saying? He can tell you himself if he come on up here. You know what I'm saying? He'll tell you. He always been on that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, no. I said, no. I said, no, this nigga here, you know what I'm saying? He might, you know what I'm saying? He just, he's just a little strange. He's just a little, he's just a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Weird kind of nigga. We got weird niggas. We're not a monolith. Not everybody's cool ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? He was raised in Omaha, which is kind of a little strange. corner of the world for niggas, you know what I'm saying, to be at. You know what I'm saying? Niggas trapped by corn all over the damn place. So you're gonna be a little weird. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna be a little bit weird, you know what I'm saying, out there in Omaha. You know what I'm saying? So he different, right? But he gonna fight, you know what I'm saying? Because the man got fast hands and you know what I'm saying, the man can move, and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? We looking at that. I'm saying, no, no, who's real, man? Y'all got life fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got life fucked up, man. This dude here is real. He's an athlete, man. You know what I'm saying? We seen the fights, man. We see he can do things. He's more versatile. Everybody talking about this nigga is more versatile than EJ. Right? They're talking about, you know what I'm saying, he can pot shot EJ, he can outbox EJ. I don't believe none of that shit now. What's going on, PGH Big Doll in the building? What's going on, Eddie 1050? What's going on, bro? So I don't believe none of that now, bro. I mean, I was a believer, bro. I mean, the nigga sold me. They did a good job at Top Rank pushing this nigga. So now I'm looking at the whole Top Rank, I mean, because Floyd came out of that shit. He came out okay. You had Cotto came out of that. You know what I'm saying? So they had some good fighters that made it. You know what I'm saying? That really turned out to be something. But this nigga here is a bust, bro. He's a bust all the way round. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how can you have a resume like that, and then you just at the end, just just let the shit just all fall apart, bro? I mean, you can't do that, bro, when that is your signature fight, right? That'd be like Apollo Creed, you know what I'm saying? Ducking Rocky or ducking Clubber Lang. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have a movie, bro, to talk about, right? You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have a crescendo. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, the apex of competition. You know what I'm saying? This nigga just killed all that shit for boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the last 4 or 5 years, he's fucked boxing up, bro. He fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? Could have had a whole golden era of him, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? We would have had all that shit lined up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kicking each other ass, and there would have been no problem. Nobody wouldn't have nothing bad to say about Terrence Crawford because he would have been in the mix. But then clearly this nigga turned around and went back to Top Rank. And everybody talking, well, Bud just doing what good for his family. He just doing what good for his family. He ain't got to sign with the PBC. He ain't got to sign. Well, clearly, the nigga got a problem with PBC. You know what I'm saying? PBC it's kind of like the PBC represent like a good household of two parents and shit. And he wants to be the dysfunctional motherfucker that be at the foster homes. You know what I'm saying? He want to stay at the foster homes because he could do what the hell he want to do. You know what I'm saying? He could be out there and be raggedy and shit in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Wearing goddamn Goodwill hot bottoms and shit. I know y'all ain't heard that. Y'all probably young people don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? When I say hot bottoms, right? He want to wear used shoes and shit and be out there where he ain't got no structure. You know what I'm saying? On the outside, sitting on the outside and shit instead of having that structure over there at the PBC where you got to be in bed by 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? He got to get up and go to school. You know what I'm saying? He don't want that kind of structure. You know what I'm saying? He want to be out there so he can smoke weed, and he want to be over there at Top Rank and over there where he could just do what the hell he want to do and fight them easy ass fights. You know what I'm saying? And get away with, not having to train as hard and shit because he could beat them on his worst day. He could be, well, I don't know because, I kind of rated Terrence Crawford. I thought he was better than, I don't think he's as good as we thought he was. I don't think he's as good as he thought he was. And this is why I say that. Because you notice that every competitive fight, he finds a way out of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's not what champions do. You know what I'm saying? A champion, if you have confidence in your skills, you trying to get them motherfuckers in the ring. You trying to go where the action's at. And his entire career, if you watch this nigga, you know what I'm saying? If you watch this nigga closely, you know what I'm saying? He always strategically, you know what I'm saying, tried to find somebody that, you know what I'm saying, some off generic brand welterweight where he could fight them motherfuckers. And he don't have to fight the Keith Thurman, even though he talked shit about Keith Thurman, but he damn sure didn't want to get in the ring with him. You know what I'm saying? He talked shit about Danny Garcia, about his losses and all this kind of shit, but he didn't get in the ring with him. He talked shit about Udanis Ugas, all the losses he took at the beginning of his career, but he didn't get in the ring with him. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you dislike Terrence Crawford, because he's willing to talk shit about fighters who put it on the line against better opposition, and he didn't even get in the ring with that opposition. You know what I'm saying? So how can his fans look at that? How can they look at that and they go straight to Ricky Burns and the Victor Postals and you know what I'm saying, of the world and the Ndongos, and they just bypassed that. This nigga didn't want that smoke with none of the premier welterweights. It's just mind boggling, right? That's because they pussy punk ass niggas just like him. Just like him. They like that old kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, how can you I couldn't even be a fan of motherfucking Coward. I just couldn't. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to show, if EJ was bullshitting around, you know what I'm saying, not fighting the best, you know what I'm saying? But the nigga did one better. The nigga got in a car accident. He gave him a handicap. He gave the niggas a handicap. Nigga got in a car accident, and that was the best time to beat him. He said, Look, I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta recover. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all could beat me then. And the nigga went in there and still whipped their ass. Nigga still went in there and whipped their ass still. You know what I'm saying? So, these motherfuckers mad. I mean, have you ever seen? I mean, this is what boxing is supposed to be about. You're supposed to be able to overcome adversity. You get a cut in your eye, over your eye, blood coming down into your eye. Look at Ugas. Ugas would beat the fuck up, bro, and that motherfucker was still trying to fight. Boy, that's a warrior. That's a warrior. You know what I'm saying? EJ was gonna have to kill him in the ring to stop Ugas. He was gonna have to fuck Ugas up because Ugas had broke ribs. The nigga orbital bone was fucked up. The nigga was looking like a whole goddamn monster from Resident Evil. Nigga looked like he was transforming. You know what I'm saying? When EJ beat his ass, nigga looked like he was, in an altered state. You know what I'm saying? When EJ beat his ass, the nigga looked like he was just, he looked different, bro. The nigga looked like, you know what I'm saying, like he had a flower and shit up under his brow and shit, and he looked fucked up, but he was still fighting. He was still hitting. He was still catching EJ to the body. He was doing his best. He was fading though. He was fading, and I'm glad he stopped it because that's how fighters end up. That's how fighters end up getting, what I'm saying, messed up down the line. You know what I'm saying, from all the residual damage. But what a warrior, bro. Warriors. Deontay Wilder went out on his shield against Tyson Fury. This is what boxing is about. It ain't about just the winning. You know what I'm saying? It's how you lose. It's how you lose. That's the shit you get paid millions for. You know what I'm saying? To go in there and face these motherfuckers that can get in your ass, and you go in there willingly. You done train hard to beat this dude. And Ugas is an example of what Terrence Crawford should be. He's an example of what Terrence Crawford should be. You know what I'm saying? But he's not. He's the total opposite, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a coward. He's a dude that only fights his best when he has the advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like a Canelo. You know what I'm saying? But we can't even say that about Canelo, really. Because, well, he might have thought, Bivol was soft. You know what I'm saying? Because he handpicked him. The first fighter that Edward Reynosos didn't pick, you know what I'm saying? We find out that Canelo is not a great matchmaker, right? So, I'm pretty sure he's gonna leave the matchmaking in Reynoso's hands from now on. Because he don't, if he go back and fucking with Bivol, he better make sure that he's jacked up on that juice, because he's just looking worse and worse and worse. You know what I'm saying, in there. But see, Terrence Crawford is not Canelo, which is why, for the life of me, I don't understand why they keep talking about if they could pay Canelo $50 million. That's like some nigga logic. Obviously, Terrence Crawford is not Canelo. He don't command the fan base. He don't command what Canelo represents, right? He only commands I don't even think he commands Omaha. I think he sold out Omaha one time or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't project, you can't use Canelo, you know what I'm saying, to help boost up what Crawford could get paid, right? Because Canelo is a superstar, bro. You know what I'm saying? In Mexico alone, the nigga got a whole country about him. You got one little town. You got one little town, and everybody else hates you, and they don't even buy your damn pay-per-views, right? Not even they buy your pay-per-views. People from your own hometown, bro, dislike you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're polarizing. You know what I'm saying? You're polarizing because the way you move outside the ring. You know what I'm saying? So let me read some of my people comments. What's going on, PGH Big Dog? He says, "Pull kind of keep cooking, Bud. Beta male, Bud out mad tweeting at fans because they calling him a duck. That's what he is. That's what he is, and he knows it. You know, this is one of those. This is one of those things that you can't muddy the water on. It's just like, nigga, this is just a clear turnabout. This is something, you can't yell out. You can't be for years and years and years stacking on, stacking on, stacking on, what I'm saying, all the wolf tickets, you know. And then when you get to the event, you know what I'm saying, none of the tickets no good because you don't intend to get in the ring. And they don't want to call that a duck. Man, they crazy as hell. And it's not like people are taking a pleasure. It ain't like people are taking pride in putting Bud down. You know what I'm saying? It's just that this shit is so egregious. You know what I'm saying? This shit is just so beyond the warrior code. It's so beyond being a man, and he's just sitting in it. You know what I'm saying? He's just sitting in it like he's okay with it. And nobody's with this shit, bro. Nobody's with the shits. Nobody with the shits, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, he can come on these shows capping, you know what I'm saying, about no guaranteed money, and he's just using these same talking points. The shit is exhausting, bro. It's like, why are you on here lying to folks? Why? Just so you can talk about that ragged ass resume? Just because you keep repeating your accolades over and over, you're tweeting your accolades over and over. Nigga, that shit is played out. I mean, nigga, all we need to see is you to get in the ring. That's it. That's all we want to see. That's all we want to see. You know, they get up at 154, they getting it on. You don't see none of this shit, you know what I'm saying, up at 154. You know what I'm saying? They just getting on with it, bro. It ain't no trying to hide the belt. They ain't trying to sit on the belt. None of that shit. Jamel Charlo is undisputed for a reason because he got some real niggas up there. He got some real niggas. Castano, he went at Jamel. You know what I'm saying? He went at Jamel. He believed in himself. You know what I'm saying? It was a little bullshit in there, about some kind of injury or whatever. But he got back on, he got back on point. You know what I'm saying? He got back on point and went out there and he got his ass whipped, right? Why Bud can't do the same? Why we got to make excuses for this nigga? Why we got to make excuses for the best pound for pound number one motherfucker at welterweight? Why we got to keep making what's going on, bro? All of a sudden, EJ just told you. He said, "Man, we're gonna find out who holding this shit up." Isn't that what he said? Somebody tell me. Isn't that what he said? What's going on, Yoda Wise, in the building? What's going on, bro? Isn't that what he said? He said we're gonna find out who's holding this shit up, you know. And all of a sudden we get there, and now all of a sudden this nigga talking about everything but the fight. Hell, he ain't even talking about the fight that he's gonna be fighting on December, what is it, 10th? He's not even talking about that dude. You know what I'm saying? I think he mentioned a little bit about, I'm not listening to these fans. I'm not listening to these fans about David Avenesian. They don't know boxing. They don't know boxing because David Avenesian, just like he did against Aegis Kavalas's Green Machine, he had to like, they don't know this guy. He's good. Nigga, if you got to tell motherfuckers that your opponent's good, that motherfucker ain't good, right? Especially us who be looking up these niggas, you know what I'm saying, seeing who they fought, who they got knocked out by, you know what I'm saying? And this nigga is the worst of the worst, David Avenesian. You know what I'm saying? He's the worst of the worst. He's the last nigga should be in the ring with Terrence Crawford, and he knows it. You know what I'm saying? That's why he always had that fuck look. Let's see. He always had this stupid ass look on his face. Let's see. Let me pull this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up, bro. Let's see. That's why he always got this old bullshit look on his face. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to remember, like he's trying to pass this bullshit off, bro. That's not the face of an honest nigga right there. That's a nigga that's trying to get through all the dumb shit because he know he on some fuck shit, right? This is a nigga that's look at that face, bro. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the face of a warrior. You know what I'm saying? That's the face of a nigga who's trying to put the best fight, his most dangerous fight behind him. Because Aaron Pryor and Sugar Ray, they didn't fight each other. So it's not gonna hurt his legacy. Who believes that, bro? You know what I'm saying? He don't believe that. He just saying shit just to make it, just to block the opportunity. You know, do you want to be undisputed a second time, bro? No, he don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not if it means he have to go through EJ and get his ass towed up. Not if it means that he have to get in there and see if EJ beat him, then everybody gonna say, "See, I told you, Terrence Crawford, the rest of his resume was bullshit," and he knows that. So he got a lot to lose, and he don't want to face that man. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to give that man an opportunity to erase all that shit. Because if EJ go in there and loom his ass in 1 or 2 rounds, then he's gonna be looking fucked up. How is he gonna explain that? He had an off night. How is he gonna explain that shit? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let me go to some of the comments. PJ Big Dog says Uga showed the real warrior spirit, didn't he though? He said Bud has all of us food. He said the legendary Batman was right about him. Oh yeah, yeah. That you know what Batman did? He was on Bud helmet. You know what I'm saying? Because I think for a while there it was Gary and Bud getting into it. But see, he was all about that smoke because Gary Small, he wanted that damn smoke. See, Bud one of them bullies. If he think he can whip your ass, oh yeah, he'll jump on your ass. He'll jump on your ass. I was like, thank you, Terrell Grace 04. He said smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? If he think he could get your ass up in there and he got the advantage, he's like Canelo. He'll beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? When the Crusher looked like he was slowing down and shit, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he was half of himself. Nigga wasn't interested in boxing no more. He wanted to beat up motherfuckers, dogs and shit. He was knocking out hoes, dogs and shit, and trying to take ass and all that shit out there and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, he was watching all that shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the Crusher now. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't into boxing, he ain't training. You know, his trainer was going online talking about this nigga can't take body shots and all kind of shit. They listening to all that shit. And they waiting for EJ to fall off too. They listening because they know the nigga had discipline problems in the past. You know what I'm saying? So they keeping their ears open now. You best believe that shit. They keeping their ears open. They trying to see if this nigga, they watching video to see if this nigga get fat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So until if they could find a weakness, I think this fight probably happened. EJ, he need to eat a whole lot of food to get this fight. You know what I'm saying? Come out fat. You know what I'm saying? Maybe do another TikTok where he drunk and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then Crawford be like, he'll be watching that shit. You know what I'm saying? Damn, this nigga ain't on top of his shit. You know what I'm saying? We can go at EJ ass now because that nigga ain't right. You know what I'm saying? B-Dog said they expect Showtime to break the bank for Bud. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Bud is just, when you go in there, you know what I'm saying, nigga, you sit at the table. First time you sit at the table, nigga, I want $100 million. I want $100 million, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Knowing your pay-per-views ain't do nothing but $3. You know your pay-per-views ain't bringing nothing but $3, nigga. That's why Bob hates your ass today. Bob got a picture. He got a little doll. He got a little black ass doll right there on his desk, and he keeps sticking needles in that motherfucker every morning in the back of the neck. Every morning, Terrence Crawford got a pain in the back of his neck because Bob keep poking that voodoo doll because he done lost so goddamn money with Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? He hate that motherfucker because he lost a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? He had to pay this nigga $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Every time he didn't get the big fight for him. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people think that he left Top Rank because he didn't get the fights. I think he left Top Rank because Bob for to hook him up. Eric R, what's going on, my brother? He said He said if Spence Crawford don't happen, he said Crawford will be looked like Corey Spinks. Yeah, he said Bud like Canelo has no memorable fights, no signature fights. As much shit Canelo, he said as much as we shit Canelo, at least he had step up fights. Yeah, exactly. So what would it look like if this fight didn't happen for Bud Crawford? It's gonna be like back in the medieval times and when a thief got caught and they throwing rotten vegetables at that motherfucker all the way up to the hanging, you know what I'm saying, to the scaffold or whatever. That's what it's gonna be like for Terrence Crawford on his way out. You know what I'm saying? If he don't fight Errol Spence Jr., it's gonna be a long way, you know what I'm saying, to get the hell up out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be throwing rotten vegetables at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you talked a lot of shit. You sold out. You sold out. You sold to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You're helped up the division. You're holding up the WBO. You're sitting on the belt. You know what I'm saying? You know, outpricing yourself. How come everybody else outpriced themselves but Terrence Crawford? Is Terrence Crawford really worth the world, bro? Is he really worth the world? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a big fight. I get it. But if you beat Errol Spence Jr., you become the man. Why he don't? And the reason he don't want that because he don't want to fight that nigga again. I mean, if you eat by EJ in the first fight, you don't want to fight that nigga again, right? You don't want to fight that nigga again. You know what I'm saying? You just want to fight one time and be up out of that motherfucker, right? So you're gonna come in and you're gonna ask for the goddamn world, bro. But they ain't gonna give it to you, bro, because you ain't, your pay-per-views, none of that shit sold. You know what I'm saying? You know they business model. You turned down all the guarantee money that they offered you. You didn't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? So when they say, okay, well, let's just do the back end with no guarantees. You don't want that shit. You want to go with some bullshit that you're trying to bring to them. And that shit ain't gonna work. That shit ain't gonna work, bro. You know that shit ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Then you got a raggedy ass team that you don't trust. You got a raggedy ass team that you don't trust. You had three lawyers. What you doing? What you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck is Bomac? Why he ain't talking? You know what I'm saying? Usually Bomac been done said some shit by now. You know what I'm saying? Where's Bernie the Boxer? You know what I'm saying? Where are these niggas? You know what I'm saying? With goddamn three and four fights. You know what I'm saying? And a nigga done lost four of them. You know what I'm saying? Just like, where's your team, bro? Where's your team? Where's your people? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you doing? You saying you your own boss, but you're a shitty boss. You're a shitty boss, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it should be easy to go over there to the PBC and say, hey man, let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? And EJ win. I mean, if EJ win or if I win, I have a rematch clause, right? But see, he don't want to do nothing like that because he's on retirement. He's on Golden Pond right now. You know what I'm saying? You could hear in the way that he speak. You know what I'm saying? He said, bro went fishing for the big fish. He said, seeing Ugas, his energy changed. Now he needs a bigger boat. Exactly. Um, Eric I said, definitely smash the button. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we just tired of this nigga whining on the victim Olympic side. Every time you see him, he's always talking about some personal shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some hoe. You know, um, they don't like me because, then the next time he'll come, he like, it's on some personal stuff. Oh, then he'll come back and tell you the truth. Well, if you don't fight the people they think you should fight, then they're not gonna like you. Yeah, that's right. That's what boxing all about, bro. If you heavy is the head that wears the crown. If you say you got the crown, my G, you know what I'm saying? This is the Game of Thrones, my nigga. Everybody coming for the king. You know what I'm saying? If you can't handle that, it ain't nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be, you know, pound for pound number one. You say it all the time. I'm the best welterweight in the world. Well, guess what? The best welterweight in the world got to do what? He got to fight the best welterweights. But that's not what you're doing, is it? You fighting the number 6 welterweight in the world. who is David Avenesian, who is usually a gatekeeper, right? That's a gatekeeper, bro. You bypass Jerron Boots and you bypass Virgil Ortiz, who said, what I'm saying, they ain't get no offer from you, bro. Jerron Boots name didn't even come up, bro. That's total bullshit. Them niggas are hungry as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They hungry as fuck trying to get to you. Just like when you was over there at Top Ranking, you said that the PBC fighters, nobody wants to fight you. That shit was bullshit. People are tired of hearing Terrence Crawford bullshit. They're tired. They're tired of the lies, bro. You know what I'm saying? You want to flex that everybody's hating on your lifestyle. You are not Floyd Mayweather, bro. You know what I'm saying? You are not riding around in Bugattis and shit. You know what I'm saying? You buying fucking $10 million chains and shit. No, nobody see that from you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody see that from you. Nobody's jealous of a nigga from Omaha. You know what I'm saying? The best you got is, you know what I'm saying, some VSOP corn in the can. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's worried about that, bro. You know what I think you went fishing, you got a fancy fishing boat. You know what I'm saying? Is that what it is? You got a gym. I'm pretty sure you got some businesses, but nobody cares about that shit. You are more worried about what motherfuckers think about you fighting. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're angry about. Because everybody's on your ass about the lies and about you getting into this ring and fighting this man, right? That's the problem. And you want to throw everybody off that trail. But no, we can't do that, bro. We boxing fans. People on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? This is where boxing live. This is the new mainstream. This is the new mainstream. And you know it. You know what I'm saying? Even ESPN, knows it. That's why they got their people on here talking shit about EJ. You know what I'm saying? Trying to tear him down. And you could tell the people are ops. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that. Let me see. Keith Perry says, I lost all respect for him as a fighter. He clearly shows that he's afraid of Spence. That's what I've been saying, my brother. He says he really needs to stop doing interviews. No one wants to see or spend a dime on that Anastasia fight. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. He says, Eric R says, I see Crawford versus Spence playing out in a ring similar to Peterson versus Ugas. The Peterson and Ugas fight with worse results because EJ's going to take this person. That's what I've been saying, Eric R. My brother, he said, EJ, let me tell y'all something. Keith Thurman finna get his ass tore up. I'm just telling y'all. The man knows EJ is winding down too. You know what I'm saying? Right now he's in the middle of his prime, but with everything that has gone on, EJ is going to make a statement. He's going to make an example out of another hater that stalled his career. And this is the perfect opportunity. He didn't ask for this shit, and it's funny how the shit works out. Because Mikey Garcia, he didn't ask to fight Mikey Garcia. And he went out there and he made an example of Mikey Garcia. Now, fuck what Roy Jones Jr. talking about Mikey. He never hurt Mikey. I mean, you saw EJ Glove going through his damn back. You saw the impression going through his back when he hit that motherfucker to the stomach. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he punished Mikey Garcia. He was never the same. And he's gonna do the same shit that he did to Ugas to Keith Thurman, who, I did a video, I haven't dropped it yet, where EJ is training. I mean, Keith Thurman is training, and he looked like it's day one or some shit. The nigga looked like he out of shape, he fat. You know what I'm saying? The nigga hair everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Nigga looked totally bohemian. You know what I'm saying? And Terrence Crawford wouldn't even fight that dude. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman, who's not at his best. You know what I'm saying? He said give him 8 months and they can fight. Well, we could do it now. Well, why won't you fight now? Why won't you do EJ like that? Why you won't have that same energy for EJ, bro? Because see, everything you see him respond to, he'll respond to lesser, competition in an arrogant way. But with EJ, it's an honor. You know what I'm saying? Now that the fight is close, he ain't no bitch looking for the big fish. So now his whole energy changed. You know what I'm saying? Not that this man is chasing you around the motherfucking world. You know what I'm saying? You just can't respect that kind of shit, man. To Real Grace 04 says, that's the look when your mama mama pulled out the belt. And Eric Ross says, he says, B Dog, he said you don't gotta be an oracle to predict the moves of a fool. Tell you, boy, hey, shit is real, man. He said that's the face of somebody trying not to get their ass whipped, trying to find the excuses, right? And you can see, like when there's an open-ended question, you can see his mind trying to throw some shade. He got to try to throw some shade on EJ, bro. He's got to try to find some kind of way to twist that shit to get an insult in there against EJ. But I said, dude, it's just making you look faker. It's making you look like the fake one. Anytime you just look like a hating, envious ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Anytime this nigga can throw shade on EJ, bro. I mean, bro, you a grown ass man. It's like it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, bro. I would be embarrassed to let another nigga know that I envy him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody else poor, but shit. EJ rich. You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't talking about? Oh, you did talk about that, didn't you? Bo Matt was talking about EJ lived paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, what you talking about? Have you ever seen one of this man checks? See, that's the thing. They be talking on shit that they don't know nothing about. Who lifestyle are you? Who got a miserable life out here that you talking about? You must be talking about your fans who can't afford your damn fights. You know what I'm saying? Because all EJ fans, they brought your shit. We the reason why you did 150,000 pay-per-views. So instead of being humble and giving the fans some respect, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being humble and giving the fans some respect, you know what I'm saying? You gonna tear everybody down and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because you looking like the idiot, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to fight. You backing out of every goddamn thing, right? You looking like the real punk in this situation. You know what I'm saying? So don't deflect to the fans and try to fight YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? We just fans, bro. We gonna be here when your dumb ass gone. Talk about the next group. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be right here. You know what I'm saying? Well, what you gonna do if Crawford beat Bud? What you gonna do if Crawford beat Spence? What you gonna do? I'm gonna be right here, bro. Just like I've been here for the last 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Watching boxing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? But I do recognize who the best is. I do recognize, you know what I'm saying, the real from the fake ones. And this nigga fake as shit. You know what I'm saying? The nigga fake. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to chop this shit up to the game, bro. Stop putting your all into motherfuckers that's fake. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't get no pussy now. That's why you can't get no pussy now. Because y'all can't tell real from fake. You want them fake BBL hoes. You want fake BBL hoes instead of the real booty. You know what I'm saying? Real booty gonna last. Them BBLs and shit, motherfucker gonna be sick and shit. Because that shit go to dripping in the ass. Shit go dripping in the ass, and then all of a sudden you got to deal with this shit. Fucking ass leaking. And shit, as soon as they sit on something sharp, the ass leaking. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta deal with real. You got to have a sense of discernment. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell y'all young guys, don't go for them BBLs. And Terrence Crawford is BBL, bro. He's a Brazilian butt lift. Shit fake. You know what I'm saying? This nigga got Campbell soup. Campbell soup in their ass. You know what I'm saying? Cream of Campbell soup. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Terrell Grace 04. He says, no, he said, no mama put the belt up. He said, I did take out the trash. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you could just look on his face. He's just making it up as he goes along. And he can't remember. Because when he can't remember the talking points that they tried to, give him, he can't remember all that shit. He just stopped making up shit and contradicting himself. Said Keith Perry says, he said, I think he should be stripped of the title he has. Yeah, see, that's a real boxing fan because nigga, if you've been sitting on that belt that long, it's like you need to go ahead and make it happen, bro. You got to fight Virgil Ortiz, bro. You got to fight Jerron Bucinis. You know what I'm saying? I don't really blame him not fighting Jerron Bucinis because Jerron Bus is a dangerous ass fight. And that might be even a worse fight, than EJ. You know what I'm saying? At first I thought Crawford probably would have beat him because experience, but this nigga is straight pussy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he would stand a chance against Boot Sentence. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not used to fighting on that level anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's not used to fighting on that level anymore. You know what I'm saying? And Boots would go in there and eat his ass up. Anybody who could possibly beat EJ, definitely gonna beat a Crawford. Marvin Banks says, he says Crawford's whole career has been carefully matched. He said he's always a problem making a 50-50 fight. Exactly, that's what I say. He said, but those fights with C-level or past their prime fighters were somehow easy to make. That's what Marvin Banks, me and you are simpatico. Uh, we're both simpatico. Terrell Grace 04, he says, I see that. He said, I see that TikTok video that still wouldn't sign. He's chicken. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and then they come up with the most pettiest, most low vibrational shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know they can't beat him. You know what I'm saying, in a ring. So they try to beat him in public opinion. You know what I'm saying, by taking these low ass shots. And I'm like with Marvin Banks. Let's say, anytime there's like a low vibrational fight, like a David Avenesian fight, it could be made. These fights can be made, right? I mean, how did they make that fight? He didn't ask for no, no transparency with David Avenesian. You know what I'm saying? Well, why didn't he ask for transparency there? Only with the fights where he gonna get his ass towed up is that he need to see all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? He need to see extra shit. You know what I'm saying? You know. Let me see. What's going on, grown man box? He says there's a point that Bud won't go beyond, and that's the truth. Exactly. He's got to keep up the lie. You know what I'm saying? He got to keep up the lie, you know, because he don't want to show you what's really going on behind the scenes, which is he's aged himself out. You know what I'm saying? He aged himself out. The nigga 35 years old, and that's the Falumaloom age. That's the age where you get Falumaloom. And he knows that. You know what I'm saying? I hate it for my dark skinned brother, but this is how he's gonna get Falumaloom. You know what I'm saying? 35, Roy Jones Jr. got Falumaloom. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard, 35, got Falumaloom. You know what I'm saying? When you get up there in age like that, and these guys, boxing is a young man's sport. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna get your ass for Lumaloon. You know what I'm saying? If you lose your motivation, you lose your eye to Tiger, guess what? You're gonna get for Lumaloon. Didn't Rocky get for Lumaloon when he lost the eye to Tiger? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right now, EJ is Clubber Lang. He's Clubber Lang, bro. And they know it. He's in the gym, you know what I'm saying? And he's training his ass off while Bud is up here lying. He's out here lying, you know what I'm saying, to the public. You know what I'm saying? He's doing interviews. We never seen Bud Crawford do this many interviews, right? Trying to do damage control, you know what I'm saying, off some bullshit. Just imagine if EJ would have been the one to go fight David Avenesian, bro. We would be done with his ass, bro. We would be done with EJ ass. We'd be like, man, this nigga gotta go somewhere, bro. He can't do that. He can't be a 3-belt champion and fight David Avenesian. We wouldn't let that happen. That nigga would have to back up out of that fight and go back to the Terrence Crawford fight. And we all know that shit is real. Terrell Grace 04, he said, I want to see the fight, but I don't think it would happen after he keep running his mouth. Well, he's trying to burn the bridge to that fight because Aaron Pryor and Sugar Ray Leonard never fought. You know what I'm saying? And that never hurt Sugar Ray Leonard legacy. That's because Sugar Ray Leonard had other legacy fights. My nigga, you don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why in the world. Well, I do know why. You know what I'm saying? Nobody remember that you fought Victor Postal, bro. Nobody's looking at that as like that was a fight of the year. That was the fight of the century. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no fights like that. Ndongo. You know what I'm saying? Ndongo didn't do shit before you or after you. Nobody's looking up the great Ndongo. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's talking about the Ndongo victories. You know what I'm saying? And you know this, bro. So why are we pretending? Why do we have motherfuckers out here pretending like this nigga resume is made of gold? Like his resume ain't trash, bro. And say you the only one. If you have to say, if you have to be the only dude, if you have to be the only dude that say, you know, say I'm a great fighter, I was undisputed at 140, and nobody else saying that. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem. If you keep talking about, you got to say I'm going into the Hall of Fame. You saying that for a reason, bro, because nobody else believes that shit but you. You know what I'm saying? You the only one. You the only one believe that shit. Everybody else is just laughing at you, bro. It's like, bro, this nigga is actually promoting himself for the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? That means you ain't fit to do shit going forward. You know what I'm saying? If you talking about your accolades, you know what I'm saying, in the past, that means you ain't trying to make no new accolades. Because I don't think David Avenesian gonna help you get into the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he falumaloom your ass. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna help you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fighting lesser competition helps nobody. Oh, Greeks with fire in the building. He said, I am convinced this nigga has not. I said that shit. I said that shit last night. I said, this nigga wake up in a cold sweat. Well, let me read your thing first. He said, I'm convinced this nigga has nightmares of Earl. This facts. He said the fight would never happen. It's like asking Crawfish to remove his own eyes. Say he's not doing that. I said the same thing. I said, you know, he must be like, he be watching that damn Ugas fight over and over, you know what I'm saying, in his head. You know what I'm saying? Every time he go to sleep and he see Ugas, he see that mangled ass orbital bone, you know what I'm saying, where Ugas eye all closed and shit. You know what I'm saying? He had to wake up, you know what I'm saying, right before Ugas, you know what I'm saying, get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They waved the fight off. That nigga wake up. I mean, if you saw them damn body punches, you know what I'm saying? That nigga, that little trimmer, you know what I'm saying, when EJ was hitting him with them body shots and shit, you know he was pissing blood. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was feeling that shit. You know, Terrence Crawford looking at that shit like, man, this nigga is not gonna hit me with them shits. That nigga hit hard as fuck, man. Yeah, that nigga hit hard as fuck. What's going on, lazy left OG? What's going on, my brother? What's happening with you?
Hey man, good morning. Good morning to you, Paul. Good morning to everybody in the chats and the comments, man. I'm just up here listening to you this morning while I'm cooking my bacon. Heard you cooking, so I had to start cooking.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just popping shit this morning, man. I'm like, this, this is uncanny, bro. This is some shit that we've never seen in boxing before. That's why we got to rock on it. You know what I'm saying?
You got my boy taking the tough fights this year, Ryan Garcia. You see that?
I knew he was gonna come on here with that old bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I am proud. Let me tell you something. You know, I talk shit. You know what I'm saying? But I call it like it is. You know, Ryan Garcia. I'm proud of him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he came out them diapers. You know what I'm saying? He had his diapers on. You know.
I mean, that's what 22. That's what 2023 about to be. Everybody about to get this smoke. You got Virgil taking a tough, standing on this fight. I mean, man, that boxing is moving on, man. But nobody's gonna wait around on you, my guy. You know, nobody's gonna put their career on hold no more. Everybody tried to wait for you and Spence to make the fight, put their mandatories to the side, didn't make their moves until you made your move. But now they see you bullshit. Nobody's about to deal with you. Everybody else is moving on, man. And that's what he's going to realize. Excuse me, because after this fight, I got a friend who keeps saying he think Bug will retire after this fight.
And you feel that energy in these interviews because he don't sound like a fighter.
No,
he don't sound like a fighter. He sound like Sean
Floyd Mayweather. You know, he
sound like before the Porterway podcast. He sound like he done found another interest, his kids, and I understand that. You know what I'm saying? You done dedicated yourself to a sport and been away from your kids and your family. But the problem is you can't hold up boxing, bro. You You can't hold up everybody else. You can't play a hater because you want to retire. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold up these young people. I wouldn't try to stand in the way of somebody that's trying to move forward. You know what I'm saying? You got to step your ass aside, you know, and let these other guys, you don't know what it feels like to have undisputed, but that's because he went the hard route. He didn't go the easy route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had to snatch them belts from champions who had a death grip on their belts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had a dude who had 2 of the belts, and you know what I'm saying, and you went in there and you did, you know what I'm saying, you beat a dude that was a title holder, you know what I'm saying, instead of a champion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference, you know what I'm saying? So you keep bragging, you know, you keep bragging on undisputed like you really did something, you know, but you really didn't, you know.
And what's so embarrassing about what he's saying is like, okay, you look at Usyk. Imagine Usyk saying, "Well, I was undisputed at cruiserweight, and he didn't try to fight Joshua, and he's not trying to fight Fury." Because that's basically what Bud is doing. He's resting on his laurels from years ago, and he's happy with that. I mean, his ambition. I mean, this low ambition. You could be one of the what? He would be the first man to be undisputed twice in 2 different weight classes. That's a big accomplishment, man. You should want to go. Not only that, you should want to be tonight. Tonight was really supposed to be the original fight. We should be in Vegas right now. But bullshitting around with him, sending contracts back and forth, they're not answering back to contracts. We sit up here talking about this bum ass instead of at the fight. We supposed to be at the fight right now.
No, the fight was supposed to be last month. On the anniversary of the Hearns and
no, it was November 19th.
Huh?
It was November. It was gonna be November 19th.
No, but you remember in May they was talking about doing it on Sugar Ray and Tommy Hearns anniversary, but he went past.
I had never heard that thing. I had always heard November 19th from.
Well, let me ask you, Boxing Head, something. So what does if this fight never happened? What does it look like for both of these fighters?
If you type in duck right now, it pulls up Terrence Crawford name right now. And see, the media that once embraced him when he was doing that smear campaign on Earl Spence, like, you can only go for so far.
Yep.
Like, they can ride with you so much, but when it's blatant, they have to go ahead and damn do what's right, because with too many people,
they gotta save face. You can't make them. You can't embarrass them.
You done cut them and left them out to the wolves, and they're not about to take that. They know either they got to cut bait with you, or they gonna ride a sinking ship down, and you not got the complexion for the connection, so they not about to save face. And they're not about to ride the ship down with you. Now, if you was a different color, they might go down with you.
Yeah, they don't need that access to you, because ain't nobody trying to go to. Everybody want to be in New York on December 10th. Ain't nobody trying to go to Omaha.
Yeah, and plus, at least with Canelo, they can say he has had big fights. You have no big fights. Yeah. Canelo has fought Floyd. He has fought.
With Canelo, you're gonna be in Vegas for the Cinco de Mayo. You're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be media there. You know, everybody gonna have fun. The media is gonna roll with who putting on the big events because they want to go there. No, they enjoy boxing and events just like we do.
No, what I was saying was the way old media sit there and they'll ride and die with Canelo and everything. The reason why is that because at least Canelo does have a big fight. He does have Floyd Mayweather. He does have Triple G. He does have like Danny Jacobs and everything. He does have big fights, even though he's ducking some. Yeah. You have no big fights. Lomachenko has big fights. He has Gary Russell. He has Teofimo. Lomachenko has big fights.
And about to have Devin Haney.
You have no big fights. So they can't
about to have Devin Haney.
Plus, you ain't got the right color. Plus, you're not the right color for them to go all out for you.
Yeah,
because you see, they always put a different person above.
You was only useful as the top ranked tool to go against Earl Spence and PBC. Now you're not with top rank no more, so you ain't got that media protection over you like you used to.
Even when he was there, they Earl Spence, so they don't care about top of him, because you remember they throw Canelo over top of him, they throw Lomachenko over top of him at #1. You know why? Because he never had a resume. He was just a placeholder. He was like what we call, when a person has the belt and he don't deserve the belt, he just holding the belt. He like a vacant slot.
Title holder.
He holds the vacant number 1 slot because at least with the black community, you can say, well, he's never lost. So they keep him at number 1, so you can't pass him that way. But in the other community, hey, he ain't got no big fights. We're gonna jump. That's why they jumped Canelo over top of him after Lomachenko failed, and that's why they got Inoue number 1 now. You feel me? Because Crawford ain't fought nobody.
Nope. He ain't got a donaire.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad right there. And see, your boy fought donaire twice.
Yep.
And that's the
he ain't got Emmanuel Rodriguez, right?
That's the only person you can name that Inoue beat was donaire twice.
Yeah, well, I'm a big Inoue fan. I know he beat Payano.
Well, no, I know he beat that little Spanish boy. That Spanish boy.
He beat Rodriguez, who just beat Gary Russell. You know,
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. The nigga that beat the hell out of Antonio Russell.
Yep.
Now, I remember he knocked that motherfucker out because he had a big controversy. He pushed Inoue dad or some shit. I remember that.
That's why I'm hyping him up, because when I get Fulton versus Inoue, I'm going. We need to hype that fight up if we get it. Hopefully we get it.
Said he's never fought or sparred against a black fighter.
Yeah, he wants to. Not only do he want to, his fans want him to come to America and fight one. They understand that you got to beat one of those type of fighters to be great.
And
he understands that.
And when he loses to Stephen Fulton, he'll still be good.
Yeah.
Because Stephen Fulton bigger than him, a weight class above him. Plus, Stephen Fulton, he done went through that fire though. Stephen Fulton been against some big fighters. Like Brandon Figueroa, they thought he was gonna steamroll Stephen Fulton.
Seems like Bud don't understand that we just want to, bro. All we want is to fight, man. We don't care about all this other stuff. We not haters. We not broke. We not, bro. We just want to see you fight. We want to spend this money. We got a pocket full of money we trying to spend to watch you fight Spence, and you don't want to. You
exactly.
Man, he don't get
People don't realize they say the black people don't buy a lot. That's a damn crazy, because anytime we have one of our fighters in there, we pack that shit out. It's just the fact that we not about to sit there and pay for no mediocre bullshit.
Exactly.
You know, we see past that mediocrity. If you want our bread, you have to come with it. Like, you have to bring us something that we want to see. We ain't trying to see you beat up on some high schoolers. Shit.
Especially not this Russian or whatever the dude is he about to fight next. Y'all think that the criticism starting to get to him?
Yeah, it's on him bad right now. It's really starting to wane on him. And like, I feel like the pressure is mounting, and he's gonna end up, when Earl spin that block back around, he gonna be ready.
Man, he ain't taking that fight, man.
He's willing to take that fight when Earl spin back around.
We gotta be realistic, man. He ain't taking that fight. Listening to him in these interviews, like you said, Paul, he sounds like he a man with 1 foot out the door, man.
Mm-hmm.
You say what?
So he sound like he a man with 1 foot out the door, man. He ain't.
If he knew for sure that he would make it to the Hall of Fame, then he would retire. But the fact that everybody's saying that his resume is in jeopardy and that he ain't really got it, he not trying to.
But that's only us fans saying that. You got to realize for all these years they Roy Jones and Bernard Hopkins and everybody been pumping him. They've been filling his head with this. All these years they've been filling his head, so he thinks he's one of them.
No, but look, they've been making it clear to his ass lately. You see Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman made it clear to him. Kate Abdul made it clear to him. Like, they making it clear to him. That's why he's lashing out at the fans now, because he realized he's not so solid as he thought. He not in there now. So now he's sitting there wondering what the fuck to do, and he better not try to fight Adrian Broner. That's what I see BLK trying to do for his ass, but I ain't going for that shit.
Nah, man. He ain't even fought the competition. Adrian Broner is fought.
That's what I'm saying, but BLK might try to throw him a bone as Adrian Broner, put another name on him, and putting Adrian Broner be like putting Kilbrook and Sean Porter on his shit. You putting it on past tense. Yeah, it look good on paper. Yeah. But shit, paper don't tell you what condition it was in.
Yeah,
that's how they try to do that shit though, man.
It's never happened before, man. Unless we can bully this dude into taking this fight, we got to keep bullying.
Nah, but that's what I said. I say the pressure mounting on him. I can see it. Like, the nigga frustrated. You ain't never seen Terrence Crawford do this many damn interviews and doing all this shit. This motherfucker doing interviews all over the place. He's
And
done more interviews in the
because
last 2 weeks.
Showtime won't put that interview up. That's Bobacard. He from Cincinnati. He here in Cincinnati.
He
That
has
dude right
did
there.
more interviews in the last 2 weeks than he's did in 2 years. He's doing damage control and he's trying to let us know about his resume. But I'm gonna tell you like this, nigga, we can see what your resume is. You ain't gotta explain it to us. What's understood don't have to be spoken.
Mm-hmm.
His career like Nebraska Cornhuskers this year. On the fence. Can't get right, can't get wrong. Like you just right there. In the cusp. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Now, if he would have went out there and fought Ugas, Ray Robinson, Danny Garcia, you know, those are the people that whooped his ass in the amateurs. Like in the 140 division, he could have fought Ray Robinson. He could have fought Ray Robinson in 147, like Ugas did.
Yep.
Ugas beat Crawford twice. Ray Robinson beat Crawford. Danny Garcia beat Crawford. But everybody talking about Crawford at 140, but they ain't saying why Crawford Harriman got out of 142. Because Crawford shouldn't have made undisputed. They blocked off Regis Prograis. That was his shot. Regis Prograis, one of them titles was supposed to be for Regis Prograis, but Crawford, they sealed him off. And then Adongo went ahead and fought Crawford instead of Regis. Now, if Regis Prograis would have beat them Ndongo ass, well, he did beat him after Crawford, but if Prograis would have got to Ndongo before Crawford, that would have been a hell of a damn undisputed fight. Crawford
Or Ramirez, or
Prograis.
Jose Ramirez, anybody, man. You know, that's how they block you out, though. You know that's how.
Regis Prograis still haven't fought Jose Ramirez.
Yep.
Jose Ramirez is not gonna fight Regis Prograis. He's been calling him out since he's been there. And the only reason Regis getting a title shot now is because Jose Ramirez
pulled out. Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They scared of my boy down there.
All right, y'all. Hey, I'm gonna have to leave it right here. We're gonna come back on later on tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta do my show at 11 on Twitter. Anybody follow me on Twitter, you know I do my show with Jake Donovan from Boxing Scene every Saturday morning at 11 a.m.
Yeah, I gotta put my motherfucker
I can never get the audio when I go on the Twitter, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I done changed.
I'm gonna send you the link when I start. I'm gonna DM you the link when I start it.
All right.
Yeah, I hate trying to do that Twitter shit unless you in that damn like clubhouse thing or some shit it's called.
Yeah, that's what me and Jake Donovan do. From Boxing Scene and writer from Boxing Scene, every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. we do that. We do a show together on the Twitter Spaces. It's like Clubhouse, but it's a Twitter space.
All right, y'all subscribe to Loyal to the Soil and upper echelon, and we'll cook later. We're gonna come back on for show, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta put my tickets in for the damn football.
No doubt. That nigga a real gambler right there, boy. That's that real shit.
I hit their ass last weekend or the week before. I hit them for a ticket last week that I didn't even expect. It was the one I didn't expect. The one I put the less amount on is the one I hit.
That's what's
but
up,
either
man.
way, I still covered what I spent and some though. But shit, I was like, well, damn.
All right, this has been Pool Kind of Boxing. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel for more hardcore boxing content. And remember what I say, y'all. Law don't go around here, law dog. Get savvy. See you guys in the next one, man. Peace out, y'all. Hope y'all have a great day.